happy Sunday and welcome back to my channel. This week we're going to be doing two really fun and quick DIYs that are super useful around your house. The first DIY that we're going to be doing is a mini upcycle makeover for a step ladder that I found on Facebook Marketplace. And I got this ladder for $5. It's a little bit beat up, it has some paint and chips in it, but overall it's super functional and in really good shape. I got the inspiration for this step ladder from a vintage market when we were in North Carolina, and I'll put a picture of the inspiration ladder on the screen. It had this really cool checker pattern all over the ladder, and so I wanted to kind of replicate that because the ladder there was like $50, which I think was crazy for a little step ladder. So we're going to be doing it with just a $5 ladder. The second DIY that we'll be doing is making a really beautiful jewelry holder out of all vintage materials. So if this sounds like something you would like to see, then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more of my videos. I put out new videos every single Sunday. We are going to get right into our first DIY. Okay, so here is our ladder, and it's in really good condition as far as like its usefulness as a step ladder, but it definitely has a lot of wear and tear. It's got paint all over it, little nicks and scratches, and so you can just really tell that this is like a work ladder, which is fine. But for what I want it for, I want to be able to have it out in the room so that we can grab it and use it in the studio space, because there are a lot of hard to reach things in that room. I would like for it to be useful but also pretty. I have had this ladder for a few months now, and I was searching for one on Facebook Marketplace that was like this, a wooden folding ladder, but also that was inexpensive, and I found this one for $5. The inspiration for this ladder came from a vintage market that we were at in North Carolina over the summer, where I saw a step ladder like this that had been painted in a checkered pattern, and it was just so beautiful, and it had like a really nice worn look to it. It had definitely been painted to be pretty, but also was used for its intended purpose, and I just loved it, and so I wanted to make a ladder like that, and so I thought I could do it for a lot cheaper. The ladder that I saw was like a red and cream color, and I really do love that color combination, but I want to work with materials that I already have to make this really inexpensive and budget friendly. We're going to be doing a different color combination. We're going to do this light tan color, which is Hazy Earth from Valspar, and I had this sample already on hand. And then we're also going to be doing this fusion mineral paint in ash, and this is the color that I used for the sewing machine that we made over. So we're going to use these two color combinations to make the checker pattern on our ladder. We're going to do the checker pattern on all of the steps. I'm debating if I want to leave the sides raw wood or paint them. The ladder that I saw at the vintage market was painted red all over and then checkered on the steps, and I thought that was really pretty. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do the ash color all over and checkered on the steps. So we'll start with the steps and we'll see how that looks, and then we can go from there. To make our checker pattern, we're going to be using some painter's tape, and so we're going to lay it all out in that pattern and paint our first color of squares and then let it dry, and once it dries we can lay it over the parts that we painted to paint the other set of squares. So it's really simple once you get going, so I'll show you guys how to do that, and while it's drying we can work on our next DIY. Let's go ahead and start taping off the stairs so that we can make our checker pattern. Okay, so now that we have it all mapped out with our tape, we're gonna go ahead and start painting. I'm gonna start with the Fusion Mineral Paint because this is going to be both our checker and our base paint for just all over the ladder if I decide to paint the legs. And then once that all dries, we can swap our checker pattern, do the cream paint. So we'll go ahead and paint over all of our tape, then we'll check in and see how it's going. So it is the next day and I finished painting the rest of our stepladder and I let it dry overnight. So it's all painted. I think it's looking really, really good. What we're gonna do next is tape over the painted squares that we did to do the opposite color of our checkerboard. Super simple. We're just gonna retape just like we did over what we already painted, and that will give us the spaces that we still need to paint. And we're gonna do those with our like light tan color. Once we've done that, we can leave it to dry. It'll be pretty much all done and we can decorate with it. Alright guys, so our stepladder is all done. I absolutely love how it turned out. Feel like this color combination gives like a vintage Burberry sort of feel, and I just think it looks so good. I really love that you can see the natural wood poking through, and you can see like some of the history of the stepladder and the wear and tear with it being upcycled. So you get like that combination, and I just think it looks really, really pretty, and it's going to look so nice on display in our studio space, but it's also going to be super useful to be able to reach things that are on like the high shelves in there. So I'm so happy with it. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. We are going to set this off to the side to finish drying, and we're going to work on our next DIY. Last DIY that we're gonna do is so quick, so simple, and easy to do. It's honestly barely even a DIY, but I am really excited about it, and something that I have been wanting to do that will be super useful for me, but also very pretty. And so I wanted to share it with you guys just in case it gives someone an idea that maybe they had never thought of, or it's helpful for someone that was looking to make something like this. It can give you a way to do that, and it's really quick and simple. So we're gonna be making a little jewelry stand. I personally want this so that I can put it next to my sink and I can put my rings on it before I go in the shower. This is something that I really wanted to make because I put them on the countertop, but I'm always worried that they're gonna get bumped off or they're gonna fall in the sink or something like that. So this will be really useful for me for that reason. It's also really good if you take your rings off when you're washing dishes or taking your makeup off, or just to have on your dresser as a jewelry holder. What you will need is a candlestick, any kind, whatever you like. I got this smoked glass one at a flea market a while back. I have been looking for two pieces that go together to be able to make this, and so this is glass and it has that smoked look to it, which I think is really pretty, and then it's also textured all throughout. So I got this for just like a couple bucks at the flea market. And then I got this little tray at an antique mall. This was a 1970s Federal glass trinket dish, and I got it for $6. So it's this really pretty blue flower dish, and it has really pretty effect in the glass. So I thought they would go nicely together with the colors to make a really pretty jewelry tray. I'm gonna remove the little stickers from my glass tray. Maybe. I might have to wash them out later. Okay, so we'll get these off later with some Goo Gone. All you have to do is get a tray, a small plate, a teacup saucer, whatever it is that you like the design of, and a candlestick. You may have these two things already on hand. And we are literally just going to E6000 them together, let it dry, and then we're gonna have a really beautiful jewelry stand. I'm gonna go ahead and put my E6000 on. Okay, Okay, so my E6000 got a hole in it, and this always happens to me. So I'm just pushing it out the side because it's not coming out the end. We'll go ahead and place this on as centered as we can. All right. So we will leave this to dry overnight, and then we'll have a really pretty jewelry stand that we can decorate with. Well, that wraps up this week's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this makeover of our stepladder that we got for $5 on Facebook Marketplace. I think it turned out so beautifully. It has such a fun vintage spin on it, and you still get to see some of the original pieces of wood, which I really like. So I'm super happy with how it turned out, and it was such a quick and easy DIY. And then our jewelry holder, which is so pretty, so simple, and took literally a couple minutes to do, but gave us such a really beautiful result. So if you enjoyed seeing these DIYs, make sure to leave a comment and let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you can see more of my videos every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next Sunday.